In today's video, we are going through a checklist of how to go from being a beginner to an intermediate player. In addition to this video, I've created a playlist for you. I will link it here so that you can practice all of these tutorials in a row and become an intermediate player through them. So like this is something that you could do this week, which is amazing to think about. UkuleleHunt.com released a list of the 20 most used ukulele chords. Then I made a tutorial video teaching you how to play all of these and teaching you how to memorize these. A part of being an intermediate player is that you have these 20 chords or more memorized, that you don't always have to go back to the chord chart and to look it up because it's already part of your knowledge base. Intermediate players have also mastered the island strum and have mastered the chuck. The island strum and the island strum with a chuck are just standard strumming patterns that if I say, okay, let's do the island strum and let's do this chord progression, C, A minor, F, G7, that means that you wouldn't have to look up the chord charts and you wouldn't have to look up the strumming pattern. Those are things that you already know. Intermediate players have also mastered or are working on mastering a song in chord melody. Chord melody is where the ukulele kind of does the singing and the chord playing for you. You don't need to sing the song. It's also kind of like usually called fingerstyle as well. This is not an easy thing to do. This is something that even I'm working on. So I would say this is an area of growth for me that I have to focus on. The other two are really easy. This one's like, ooh, I need to spend more time there. Another thing that would differentiate a beginner player from an intermediate player is finger picking patterns. So a lot of beginner players have very like jagged, kind of choppy strumming. It's not flowy. So the strumming sometimes tends to be really stiff. That's what I was looking for, the word stiff. And along with being stiff, some beginners are stiff with their finger picking. They will do this, where it almost sounds plucked, and it should sound very smooth. And I'm not using nails for this. And look at how the fingers are just like very flowy. They're not, it's not like choppy. Mastering fingerstyle patterns and also making it very smooth and flowy is really important to differentiate you and to kind of show your growth in the practice. Okay, the last two categories are probably some of the categories that will catch a lot of beginners and make them say like, no, I'm not intermediate yet. So the first one would be that intermediate player has mastered E chord. A lot of beginners will play E7, even if E7 is not the right chord there, to avoid E chord. And for you, if you're doing this, I just have to say, you're not going to get better at doing something that you always avoid. So it's time to stop avoiding E chord and start practicing it. The last element that would help make you from a beginner to an intermediate player would be barred chords. Barre chords are something that a lot of beginners avoid because they're intimidated by the idea of holding down more than one string with just this part of the hand. And this does take muscles, and if you never do it, you will never be able to. So practicing barre chords is that it's a practice, and the more that you do it, the better and easier it will get. Now I understand that E chord and barre chords are really challenging, so I will link my ukulele yoga playlist because a lot of the reasons why people can't do these chords is tension. Like you're tense, you stop breathing, you give up. So ukulele yoga, the videos that I've made that are ukulele yoga are really slowed down. We really focus on breathing and on just doing one piece at a time. So I think that that will be very beneficial to you. Now let's say that you've done everything that I mentioned in this list, but you feel like you're not very confident with it yet. Like you can do E chord and you can do barre chords, but maybe switching to E chord or switching to a barre chord or out of them is not really smooth. Then for you, what I recommend is the 30-day Uke course, not the challenge. The 30-day Uke challenge is like for beginners. The 30-day Uke course is for the brave ones who really want to move up a level, that challenge, that course is a big step up. So just be warned. But once you're on the other side of it, like, you're gonna feel so great and so confident. So I'll make sure and link that down below as well. It's a free course, free videos, free 30 videos. And I think that you'll see a big improvement in yourself at the end of that. If you would like to see more videos like this, let me know by giving this one a thumbs up. And if you would like to see all of the videos early ahead of time, and if you want more printed resources than what I post for free, join us on the Patreon family. The Patreon fam is where it's at. They also get ringtones and wallpapers and all kinds of other fun stuff. So make sure and check that out, and I will see you here or over there or anywhere. Thank you so much for choosing me as your teacher. Thank you for being my student. I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.